as
I'm brain dead. I have no thoughts. I have no brain.
Okay, all right, Stan. Sorry.
Just keep putting that money in the phone booth machine there.
All right, we're recording this, guys, okay? Easy does it. Easy does it. So, all right, so what I wanted to share with you tonight is how Take Shape for Life. Linda, you're shot. You are shot.
Oh, gosh.
What I wanted to share with you tonight was a term that Take Shape for Life is embracing again with people, and it's called AIM, A-I-M. And what does that stand for? It stands for Awakening Intrinsic Motivation. And so how does that apply to us in our journey to health and all of that? Well, if the A stands for awakening, how do we awaken a person's desire for health? How do we do that? And really, what does that mean to us individually? Because some of us have been awakened to it. Some of us have. Some of us, because of this challenge, have awakened. Some of us have expanded their state of awakenness. That's not a word. Have expanded that state thanks to this challenge. And so A for awaken. For some it might have meant lose weight. For others, reduce, or maybe eliminate some medications, lower our cholesterol, lower our high blood pressure. Perhaps we're got from this challenge about being more fit, which is certainly something that I've been working on. I had a session with a trainer this week for the first time, which was huge for me because I was really scared to death because I didn't know what to expect because I have like one bad knee and all that kind of stuff. But it was I was really surprised at how well I did. But does anybody else have a thought about how they've been awakened a little bit that they would want to share with the rest of the team?
Well, I've been awakened because I just feel like I've really took a lot of things for granted. And by the challenge, I learned so much more just about the things you should do on a daily basis that doesn't take much thought to do. It's just a matter of doing it. Yeah. And that's what I said. It's been a real life change for me in that respect. And I'll never go back to the way I was. Never.
Wow. That makes sense. That's huge. That's huge. Anybody else?
I'll add this, just to add something. I was pretty much awakened for no other reason, just survival. And what was interesting is that I was looking for a program that was going to help me focus in on eating better, really begin to understand diet. And this program came along, and I said, whoa, that's pretty cool. Let me jump on this and let me learn from it. Right now, I'm in about 3 books I'm reading right now, all about things I never really knew before about food, how to really eat better. That's my, you talk about the increment piece. Well, this is a piece that was now coming into play to do this.
Wow. Thank you, Stan. That's fabulous. Anybody else want to share? No?
I don't want to share.
Okay. All right. No, it's okay. So the intrinsic motivation part, I was in a training with Dr. Anderson a couple of years ago, and he said to me, what do you do as a health coach? And I said, well, I motivate people. And he said, what? And I said, well, I inspire people to be motivated. And he said, that's the politically correct answer because we really, as individuals, can't motivate anybody else. But there's a possibility that we may know something that will inspire someone else toward awakening their own intrinsic motivation, because intrinsic, as it obviously means, it's from the inside out. And one of the most effective ways that I have found to be able to do that, and maybe I've done this with some of you guys already, is to ask you a really powerful question, and that is, what do you want? How many people in their lifetime have anybody really seriously ask them, What do you want? It's not like, what do you want for dinner? What do you want for anniversary? What do you want for your birthday? It's really like, what do you want out of life? And so that is a very big question. I can't remember anybody really ever asking me that before my experience with, doing this program and just awakening my own awareness of what I should have been doing all along. And like you, Linda, I, for a very long time, did nothing or all the wrong things. And so when you figure it out, or at least when you figure some of it out, you start to get on a path that makes more sense. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. It
Yes.
does. So,
Yes.
Moving yourself from where you are to what you want, how you do that, how to get what you want, in terms of your health. It could be in terms of your health. It could be in terms of your career. It could be in terms of anything. But being able to really look at it, take it apart. We talked about this a little bit last week about doing that structural tension exercise, and how well that works for just trying to get your thoughts down on paper and having them be something other than just a wish. So aim to stay, awaken your intrinsic motivation, and stay, as Linda said, stay with it and never go back. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So Kaizen, we'll cross that off our list. We've already talked about that. Does anybody, huh?
Were we just imitating Lawrence Welk?
What's that? What was I doing?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
A wonderful, wonderful.
Skip.
For lack of a better word. So, okay, there's a couple housekeeping items that I want to chat with you about just briefly. The first one is there is going to be another challenge in January. I don't know who might be interested in doing that, but I wholeheartedly invite you, to participate if you so desire. Invite your friends, invite your family to jump in with you. I think doing it as a family would be a lot of fun. It's not just about getting people on a diet or because that's really not what this has been about. This has really been so much about like seeing where you are and seeing where you want to go. The other item is that some coaches have done this, and I don't know if you all would be interested or not. If you wanted me to develop a secret group on Facebook for our challenge, for our team of challengers, we could do that, because after next week, the challenge site will go away, and the all of that, the resources will be gone, except until the new challenge pops up in January or whenever it starts. And so I didn't know if you guys would be interested in doing that. If you still wanted a place where you could go and post and talk to each other. I mean, you can talk to each other anyway, of course, and you do that already. But I didn't know if you would be interested in being part of a group on Facebook. That's just our team of challengers.
How do you not share it with your people on your Facebook? How do you keep it from going to all your friends on your Facebook?
Well, I make it a secret group, and only the people in the group can see what's being posted.
I would be interested.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't go beyond the group, and
So
I
it's
would
like,
be, huh?
So it's like a PM thing, but
Yeah, it's just like a secret group. It's just like, in other words, are you in any other groups on? You're in like the Kramer Hill
I
Memories.
can't divulge any secrets.
Well, you're in the Kramer Hill Memories group or the WWHS.
Yeah.
It would be just like that, but those are public.
Yeah.
Anybody can join them. No, people couldn't join this. They couldn't even see it unless they were a member.
Right.
So does that sound like something you all would want to?
I would like it because it helped me be accountable.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, it's
Linda,
about time somebody held you accountable.
Yeah.
what did you say? Accountable?
No, I said it's about time somebody held her accountable.
Oh, I thought you said accountable.
Accountable.
Accountable, like zombies?
That's not on this
That's
program.
not on the diet, yeah.
Who's accountable? I woke up. Who's accountable?
She actually said accountable, Stan. She said accountable. So, Stan, would you be interested in being part of a secret group on Facebook?
I always want to participate.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and do that.
I have a lot of changes going on, so I don't know where I'm going to be at in January. So.
All right. Well,
yes, I am interested.
Facebook is geographic, so you don't have to worry about it. You can get on Facebook wherever you are.
Right.
So, okay, there's that. Okay, now the next item I have, if you all are interested, if anybody is interested in sharing with us, I mean, not too many people, like Janice has shared a little bit, Linda has, Stan a little bit tonight, myself, of course. Does anybody have a celebration story that they want to share with the rest of the group that's going to really make people say, wow, I'm so glad that I did this and I really am awakened for, going forward in my own journey? Anybody want to jump in there?
I will. My husband doesn't drink water, and I'm telling him how all this water makes you feel better and everything. And he's away this week, but he said, when I come back, I'm going to start drinking water.
Wow. I love it. It's outstanding, isn't it? It's absolutely fabulous. I'm so thrilled for that.
Yeah. But he won't stay away from the junk.
Well, that is a process.
I know.
And I will share with you something that I've learned over time as a health coach, that I share with my clients that have families. I have clients, sometimes the husband will be on the program, or just the wife, or maybe one of the kids, and they say, how do I get my mom to do this, or how do I get my husband or my wife or whatever? And I always say to them, the best way for them not to have a problem is for you not to have a problem. So if you take care of your issues and do all the things that you have found out are going to be helpful, then that's going to be setting the pace and setting just a great example for other family members. I mean, that's really the best thing to do. People usually say that about their kids. You know what I mean? How do I get my kids on track? Because kids are so hard to, keep them eating properly and all of that, because they're exposed to so much. And it's really the best thing is to set the best example you can as a parent. Okay, so anybody have anything else to share?
I have some Dunkin' Donuts here.
Well, Dunkin' Donuts are not on this program.
I'm teasing.
I know. I have 6.
Open your mouth. I want to give you a drink.
I do want to mention, because everybody's relevant to this, I'm sorry, but something
No,
well, anyway, did I push somebody talking and I butted in? I don't know.
No, you're fine, Stan. Go ahead. You're fine.
Okay. That the Croc Center, which is really, I'm going to go back to it and really check it out, which is right down by where we all used to hang. But it's really at the end of 25th Street and 24th Street. It's huge. And I'm going to check that out and see what's going on there. I don't know if that means anything. I'm just going to check it out and get back to everybody what I find.
Okay.
And that's something that I think is pretty cool there.
Okay. You can share that with them on Facebook then if you want.
Right.
Makes sense? Okay. All right. So we're coming to the very end. Does anybody have any more questions, before the challenge ends and we don't connect? Do you all want to have a Zoom call next week?
Yeah. So we can have our team party and say, oh, wait. Yeah, there is some kind of event or something coming. Yeah, glad we haven't mentioned that.
I'm so glad you did. It's October 30th. It's at the same place where the launch party was.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have you guys. Well, of course, Janice and Lou are, you're out of the.
Oh, they can make it.
Yeah. I would love for him to set it up on Zoom, so you could see it. But what it is it's a celebration party for the challenge. I mean, because there's been quite a few successful challengers over these last 5 to 6 weeks, and it's been really, really fun for people to connect and to have the opportunity to just maybe learn some stuff that they didn't know before. Louie, you came to this pretty fit yourself already because you've been involved in, you've seen the seriousness of it and the fun of it, getting yourself, fit and healthy. You've helped me a little bit with that issue. I really appreciate that. I was bouncing around today, walking outside to the Four Tops and Kevin Bacon and Footloose and all of that. So for that, I'm very grateful. I really appreciate that. So is there anything you want to share with the rest of the group about, what you've gained from this challenge? Because you were already there kind of when you started.
Well, I still have got an issue with portion control for my snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the main course. I mean, I very rarely ever ate lunch, but now I'm eating lunch. But I find my snacks are sometimes still out of control. So and today I was running around all day, so I still haven't done my workout yet. So I'll do that as soon. And this is a cardio day for me, so I'll go out into my garage and do my workout when this is done. But I still have an issue with that. But that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? There's, I'm trying to think of is it just because you start eating more and you just don't stop, or is it because you're so hungry because it's been so long since you ate? What do you think it is? No,
I have always liked to disperse my meals throughout the day. I've done that quite often, but it's just that I guess because I'm alone all the time, so I'll sometimes do my cardio in the morning, do some errands. But if I'm home and I start reading, I'm reaching for pistachios or almonds or walnuts or something like that, or a half a protein bar. So I still have to, I keep water with me, but that's still an issue for me. That's why I'm still 4.5 pounds to go in a week.
Well, the scientific research shows that every 3 hours is really an ideal interval, because if you keep your portions small, about 100 calories every 3 hours, and of course you're going to have one main meal a day that is going to have the appropriate macronutrients, the protein, the fat, the carbohydrate. But if you do about every 3 hours small portions, here's why that works. Because when you do that, if you control the size of the portion, you get to that end of that 2.5 hour mark, and your body really starts to burn and use whatever you put in, so that when you get to that top of that 3rd hour, you're ready for another fueling of another 100 or so calories. And so your body has not just used what you put in 3 hours ago, but it has in fact started burning stored fat for energy. And then as you put the about 100 calorie fuelings in, see, here's the beauty of that. We're so used to dumping in thousands of calories all at once. And it's sad because we're overwhelming our body, our organs, and all of that. And you guys know this, but I'm just suggesting that it might be a strategy for you to try. Keep your eye on the clock, and maybe every 3 hours would be, an ideal goal to shoot for. And maybe portions will, adjust themselves based on that. Go ahead.
Carol, is that only if you're working it off?
No, that's all the time.
And you're eating all those calories or all
that's all the time. That's all the time. Of course, you're not doing weight loss all the time. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's kind of a weight loss strategy. But I guess because he's talking about losing another 4.5 pounds and keeping his snacks in proper portion. But of course, if you're going to be just doing maintenance, then you're not going to be so much concerned with just doing 100 calories every 3 hours. But it should be every 3 hours, whatever you're doing. whatever you're doing should be about 3-hour intervals. Does that make sense to people?
Well, the 100 calories every 3 hours, you're not talking about dinners. You're talking about everything, dinners and lunches and breakfast?
I'm talking about every 3 hours, something that's about 100 calories. Like, for example, a yogurt is about, you can get a yogurt that's about 100 calories. You can do a handful or a few almonds that run about 100 calories.
Right.
Can
You
do
mean the snack. You're just talking about snacks.
No, but these are actually, you know what, I don't even call them that anymore because it messes people up. Because if I say you have to eat 6 meals a day, people think, oh my God, 6 cheeseburger and French fries a day. No, it's not that. A meal is a fueling. You're just giving your body food so that it can create energy. You know what I mean? So it's a fueling. It's not a meal. It's not a dinner or a lunch. Or keep in mind that throughout the day, as you put those small portions in, your body is utilizing that, so it's then not storing any fat, so you're not gaining any weight. Mm-hmm. So of course you're not going to be doing the same low calorie count as if you're in weight loss, unless you're in weight loss. Mm-hmm. So maintenance is another topic which we can talk about. If you want to talk about that next time, we can do that. Because that would, of course, allow you to have more calories than just the 100 per shot.
I have never been able to figure out my calorie count in all this.
Okay.
I have no idea how many calories I eat a day.
All right. Well, we can talk about that. I can private message you and send you some stuff that'll help you with that. Look, I don't like to focus that much on calories, but I think it's more of like, being able to eyeball something and see, about how much it's going to impact you. You know what I mean? And of course, you want to do as much low fat and low sugar things as you can.
Yeah, I have been doing
that. Just keeps you in generally good health. You know what I mean? And we're not necessarily focused on weight loss in this conversation, but if you are in weight loss, of course, it's an ideal strategy. If you're not in weight loss, it can be a little bit more calories or more, different kinds of things that you can use that you wouldn't normally use on weight loss, on a weight loss regimen. But we can talk about transitioning next month. Next week it'll be like a perfect timing probably for that.
I have a quick question on that, because
Sure.
like you were saying having like the 6 meals, but like in the morning I'll have like my oatmeal, but I'm following that chart with a 1/3 cup of fruit,
Right.
and my skim milk.
Right.
And then 3 hours later I might have a yogurt,
Right.
and then 3 hours later it's lunchtime.
Right.
And then it says but I'm not just eating like snacks, or what I'll call them snacks. I'm going to eat.
I
Is that
understand,
okay?
I understand what you're saying. So be mindful that I think the recommendation, what you want to do is be mindful of what those meals are. You know what I mean? Like we could very easily have a couple thousand calories in a main meal of a day, like a lunch. It's very easy to do that. You know what? I just saw an article. My favorite salad in the world is Applebee's chicken. It's like an Asian chicken.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite salad in the world. I'm not kidding you. It's 1,290 calories.
Wow.
But only
And like 87 grams of fat. I was like, I don't get it all the time, but
That's the dressing. Yeah.
it's just unbelievable. I was just floored. I was floored by that. So
Wow.
it's all about being mindful and really like using your head.
But would you not get that now when you go to Applebee's?
Absolutely not. I absolutely would not get
Just
that.
cut it in half and eat half.
I absolutely would not get that. I just want a healthier option. To me, it's just way out of the ballpark. I've just got to come up with something better than that.
Well, if you cut it in half, you're only getting, it's only 600.
I know, but even 600 in one meal is a big meal. You know what I mean? For me,
But
unless it's like the only one I'm doing that day, then it's not so bad.
Right. Make it your main meal.
But you know what? Like Lou, that whole portion control thing is a challenge. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
I'd have a problem sitting in Applebee's with friends, you know, with a martini or a glass of wine or something and cutting that salad in half. I'd probably have a big problem with that. So it's not an option for me. I've got to go a different route. I just, Lord, they had all these calorie counts on all these salads, and I was like, oh my goodness, my favorite one was like the worst of the bunch. I couldn't get over it. But anyway, so we're starting to run out of time here, and I've just been talking. I'm sorry about that. But
3 minutes.
I know. But you know how it always just cuts off all of a sudden. It's like so frustrating. It just goes clunk. But Deborah wanted to be on the Zoom call tonight, so I recorded it. I got it going a little bit later, but whatever.
Yeah.
It only will let me post a 20-minute call anyway, so it'll work out fine. So we're going to do a Zoom call next week. We'll talk about transition next week if that's what you all want to talk about. I think it's a great topic. If you have any suggestions, give me a call. I will set up the private, the secret Facebook group, so you don't have to worry about anybody seeing what you post or any of that stuff, because it's just going to be our team. I will, bring Ty in and Kathy Weber and Deborah Dawes and Luann and her cousin. If they want to join in, it's completely up to them. But I think they'll get a taste of what they kind of missed on the challenge.
Is everyone on our team board participating?
Everybody has participated, yes.
Okay.
Every single person.
Good.
Not everybody has gotten as many points as we would have liked to seen them get, but everybody has points.
Okay.
So I'm thrilled for that. I mean, that's like a pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting a pretty high percent though.
Yeah, I think our percentage is, I don't know, somewhere around like right now it might be around 67%, something like that. Last time I looked. But our participation percentage is high.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? I don't even know if it's a percent, but it's a number that they have on the team page. And it's like 255.4 or something. And I looked and compared it to like a lot of the other teams, and we're pretty good. We are really in the running. I mean, I'm so proud that we were able to get.
We all have a history, so that's nice because we all have,
I feel bad. I just feel bad.
Yeah.
Early.
What do you feel bad? What do you feel bad about?
I feel bad that I have to drop out early.
Aw.
Let the team down.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, how are you
Mom,
guys
help
with
with
your points?
It's all good, Gipper. We don't feel it. Just so you know, this is going to go off at any second now because my timer is like less than a minute and a half. So.
Yeah, I have to shut my light out over here.
Okay, then well, enjoy wherever you're going.
Good night,
everybody.
Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay. Have a good time. We'll miss you, but everybody's doing really great. We're happy.
We'll be in touch. I'm always available.
What's it doing?
I'm always available for, private messaging if you have any questions, if you need any guidance, if you want any information. Oh, I saw today, you can upload the whole exercise file with all of the exercise videos. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I've been bookmarking it every day.
Yeah, but I found a link that has them all on it.
Did you post it?
It's on the team page, on the list where the calorie programs are, where it says exercise videos, where the recipes are.